Welcome to Learn With Me channel. In this video, we will be learning all about ratios. So, the first question arises, what is a ratio? A ratio is a way of comparing the sizes of two or more quantities and are generally whole numbers. They are written with a colon. We could be asked to simplify a given ratio to smallest possible whole number. For example, 15 to 5. When simplified, it will be 3 to 1. We'll divide both sides with 5. When there is no number that will go into the figures, then the ratio is in its simplest form. Here is another example. 64 to 40. We will divide both sides with 4, which will give us 16 and 10. 16 to 10. And then we divide further with 2, which will give us 8 to 5. That is the simplest form. Ratio with decimal points. What to do with that? Ratio should not have a decimal point when they are in their simplest form. The trick is multiply all with a number that will get rid of the decimal. Then simplify if possible. Here is another example. Simplify 1.2 to 12. So 1.2 has got a decimal point, which is not good. So we multiply both sides with 5. 1.2 times 5 gives us 6, and 12 times 5 is 60. So the ratio has become 6 to 60. Now we can simplify it by dividing it with 6. And we come to an end 1 to 10. So the final ratio is 1 to 10. The next point about ratios is ratios must be in same unit. So what to do when they are not in the same unit? Always convert to smallest unit. Change pounds into pences, hours into minutes, minutes into seconds, kilograms into grams, meters into centimeters, liters into milliliters, and so on and so on. Here is an example. 2 minutes to 1 minute 30 seconds. So we convert them into seconds. 120 to 90. They're both in seconds now. So we divide with 10 first. Then our ratio turns into 12 to 9. We divide further with 3 both sides, and the ratio comes to 4 to 3. And that is the simplest form. Let's do some real life questions. On hospital ward, there are 6 nurses and 81 patients. Write as a ratio in its simplest form the number of nurses to number of patients. And the second question is complete the sentence. There is 1 nurse to every patients. So the first one is, as they asked us, nurses to patients. So the nurses are 6, patients are 81. So we will say 6 to 81. If they would have said patients to nurses, then we would have said 81 to 6. But now they've asked us nurses to patients, so it's 6 to 81. To bring it to simplest form, we divide it with 3. So 6 becomes 2 and 81 becomes 27. So the simplest form is 2 to 27. We could have divided with 6, which would have given us 1 to 13.5. Remember we said above that the decimal ratio is not acceptable. We must convert into, so we go for the next one. So we divided with 3, so we came up with 2 to 27. And the part B simply is the ratio between nurses to patient. So it's 13.5. 81 divided by 6, which gives us 13.5. And the sentence will read, there is one nurse to every 13.5 patients. A web designer has decided that the ideal web page consists of pictures, text, and white space in the ratio 3 to 5 to 4. A web page has an area of 900 centimeters square. Work out the respective areas for pictures, text, and white space. So the solution is, if we add the ratios together, 3 plus 5 plus 4, this gives us 12 parts. So we divide 900 centimeters square divided by 12, which will give us the value for one part. So in this case, 900 divided by 12 gives us 75 centimeters square. Now, the pictures have 3 parts. So we will multiply 70 with 3, which gives us 225 centimeters square. And the text area are 5 parts. 75 times 5 is 375. And similarly, white space is 4 parts. So we multiply 75 with 4, which gives us 300 centimeters square. And then finally we add all of them just to check whether our answer is correct. We add all the ratio, the space together allocated to this 3 part, 5 part and 4 part together, and all should add up to 900 centimeter. 3 to 5 to 4. So it comes out to, so that is our answer. And the final question in this one is, in a school, there are 30 children in each of the 4 classes. Here we have a bar chart which shows the children who can swim. Okay, the question is, in which class 2 out of 3 children can swim? 2 out of 3. So if we look at the class 1, 20 can swim and 10 can't swim. That gives 2 out of 3 can swim. Yeah? So these are 20 and these are 10. Can't swim. And the second part, in which class the ratio of children who can swim to those who can't is 1 to 2. And if you look at class 3, 10 can swim, which is 1 part, and 20 can't swim, the 2 parts. So it's 1 to 2. So that is the answer. I hope you have learned all about ratios and will do some practice. And I'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe. And thank you for watching.